Good morning, everybody. Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here for Cook 101. Yes! We did our 100th cook last week, which was Chinese. It was fab. We loved it. It tasted amazing. Hopefully, you've all had a go at cooking it. So, yeah. Anyway, last night we did a cook with Dom, Cornish Carnivore. And a few others, a good few others. It wasn't a cook, we did a podcast. Live, whatever, with those guys. We ended up cooking a pheasant curry. Pheasant tikka madras, which was pretty cool. So we did that last night. Hopefully some of you saw that. But the point of that is that these guys go under the hashtag Q Together, and it's all about cooking together for mental health and so on. But it was all themed around Six Nations, or it should have been. So we just chose to theme today's cook around the Six Nations, and we've decided to cook 3 pies, because we can only do 3, but we're going to cook 3 pies for 3 of the nations from today's game.
Host nations.
Host nations. So we are cooking a Welsh oggy, and you might have seen me cooked one yesterday or the day before, which was awesome, really nice. We're going to cook a Welsh oggy, which is sort of, and I got told off by Cornish Carnivore for sort of comparing it to a Cornish pasty, but it is the Welsh version of a Cornish pasty. Do worry, Helena keeps prodding the screen.
I'm waving at people.
Oh, you're waving at people. Anyway, okay. I'll come back to that in a second. But we did a Welsh Cornish pasty, so it's got mutton in it, it's got some potato in it, it's got some leek in it to make it very well. We're going to do an Italian Erbazoni.
Yes.
I think that's how you pronounce it, which is sort of a flat pie with some charred...
And it's called a savoury green.
Savoury green pie. So we're going to do one of those. And the third pie we're going to do is my made-up English pie with something quintessentially English, which is pheasant. A friend of mine goes pheasant shooting. He dropped off a brace of pheasant. So we did some pheasant last night, and we're going to do some pheasant today. So we're going to do a pheasant pie. Perfect. Right, I'm going to grab the camera.
Okay.
Not on camera today is Andrea. She's not feeling very well, so get better soon, Andy. We've got Helena. Hooray! So there will be no comments on the typing, but Helena will be on camera and chatting and doing all of her thing. Over here we have got, of course, the RB73. It has been smoking a bit because I forgot to light it till really late, but now it's up and going and it should start kicking out heat, and hopefully it'll start keeping Mama warm, who's today not double parked but is on the brandy and American dry. Yeah, so brandy and ginger. Cheers, but she's already on it. I mean, come on, it's 11:30 in the morning. Anyway, I'll hand you back to Helena. We need to crack on. I should say Six Nations, so I'm going to have a drink. How rude. Helena's now feeling really left out.
No, it's all right, I'm driving in a bit.
Oh, yeah, of course. So I'm going to pour myself a cider. I'm not a big beer drinker, so I'll have a cider.
Well, when I was looking up what was maybe a Welsh alcoholic drink, cider came up. And quintessentially English is also cider.
I'll do the Welsh bit.
Okay.
And the English bit and the whatever.
Just an excuse to have a drink bit.
I'll just pour it. I don't know whether I'll drink. Of course I'll drink it. Anyway, we need to crack on with our 3 pies. Now, pies take a little while to cook, so we've got 2 eggs on with pies cooking. So we've already made some of these. 2 of them are going, 3 of them are going, and they're cooking on those 2 eggs. Over here, we've got 2 more eggs that are also on, and the pans are in, and we can start.
Okay.
So let's go on this one.
Okay.
So we're going to start
Which side you go?
You might go this side.
Okay.
We're going to start, it's about 180 degrees. We're going to start with our... We're in the bushes. I'll go around the bushes. We're going to start with our Erbazoni. So I have in here, cast iron pan, direct heat. We'll put a little bit of oil in there to get it all going. And we're going to chuck in some, this should be pancetta. This is streaky bacon. I realised in the middle of the night that in all the shopping yesterday, I actually forgot the pancetta, which was pretty rubbish, really, because that's, anyway, these things happen.
So Andrea says it's rude to start early when she's not there, Nick.
We didn't start early. You joined us late, Andy. Andrea. So
Yeah, but she means because she's not here.
Oh, start early on the drink. Sorry, Andrea. Yeah. Well, if you'd have got here, you could have had something medicinal with us.
So we hope you're having a medicinal drink at home.
Yeah. So in there, we've got some pancetta. So that's the first thing to go in. Just need to fry that off a bit, and then we'll come back to that. Now I'm going to...
Do you want to explain what you've done with the chard?
In here. Okay. I've got two things in here. I've got one spring onion finely chopped up, or chopped up into little bits. But then I've got some chard. And what I've done is blanch the chard so it goes a little bit soft, run it under cold water. You'll see it's got all these lovely reds and oranges and greens, and then just chopped it reasonably finely. So that will go in. The spoon's already got some on because I've already cooked one of these this morning. So we'll just get the bacon in, or the pancetta, let that get going. There's 2 lots of cheese here. Because 1 lot of cheese should be in the pie that's already in there. But I forgot to put it in. So we might sprinkle it on top. We might go off-piste. Right, I'm going to back you up. We're going there.
Oh, hello.
Go on there.
Oh, I'm not very good at reversing.
No. Right.
I haven't got any hazard lights on. Or...
So we've got about 25 grams of butter going in.
So which pie is this?
This is going to be our oggy, our Welsh oggy.
Okay.
So it's got some leeks. So we'll chuck about 25 grams of finely chopped leek in there. So I'm just going to whiz those around, and what we want to do is just start to soften those off. I want to keep this egg reasonably low temperature. It's 180. So, you know, medium, low temperature. Don't keep the lid open all the time because it will just get hotter and hotter. What we need to add to that oggy, it's really simple, is some potato. It's just chopped up potato. I haven't cooked it, it's raw. I haven't even bothered to take the skins off. And then I've got, you could use lamb, but this is mutton. So our butcher recently had some mutton in. I bought it, so I've cut it up into small chunks. You don't want them too big. Cut them up, put it in there, and we're going to get that in there in a minute. But first of all, we just need to fry off. It's going pretty quick. Those leeks, they're looking good. We're going to get the potatoes in there just to start softening them up. Get them coated. And then in about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll add the mutton.
Do we need to go back to
You'll see I've also got a Le Creuset pan in there because that's what we're going to use to cook our... I bought everything? Yes, we're going to use to cook our pheasant.
So I've got a question from Nikki Cash who says, how long does it take for the egg to get to that heat, roughly 180 degrees?
15 minutes from lighting. You should be able to get your egg to 180, 15 minutes from lighting. With a direct heat, i.e. nothing in there. I've had these on for an hour or so. This one I haven't. I forgot to turn this one on. So, but yeah, you should be able to get to 180 in 15 minutes from lighting. If you can't get to 180, it means your egg needs a damn good clean out. We cover it in our classes.
And you've got some videos on YouTube.
Yes,
as well.
and there's a video, on YouTube, there's a video about loading and lighting and doing it smokelessly. So now we're going to go in with our chard and our spring onion.
A veg that we don't eat very much of, do we, chard?
Chard, no, but it's just
it was lovely.
Colours.
It was,
and there's a little bit of garlic. Yeah, that's to go with this, isn't it? It is now. Bit of garlic going in. Hey. Yeah, it's on that tray. So we're just going to fry these off. The idea is we're going to just fry these down a little bit. The chard has already been blanched. But we're going to fry them down, get some of those flavours together. I'll put a little bit of black pepper in there. And we're going to put the cheese in that will give it saltiness. So we don't need to add too much salt. Simple. Let's go back to this one. This is, it's keeping you on your toes. Good. So what you want to do with these potatoes, fry them for about 5 minutes. We're just going to start to get them softened. Now you could do this all on the hob, but it's not as much fun as coming out in the garden and doing it. We were out here last night. We put the fire on. We came out to do the live cook. Not live cook, live Insta. Watched, got involved, then dropped off. We cooked our curry by then. Ate our curry, carried on watching. We're still out here at 10:30 last night. So, yeah, it's lovely. When there's no wind, those fires are epic. Right. So, all I've got in here, leek, potato. I'm going to get the mutton in there in a second, but first I'm going to start on our pheasant pie. So I've got another little Le Creuset
we're
here.
doing 2 in 1. Okay.
We're going to do 2 in 1. I'm going to grab... I wasn't going to light another egg.
No, okay.
What I'll do is I'll move this forward so you can see...
Okay.
see this one. We'll chuck a bit of butter in there. That'll start to melt fairly quickly because this is preheated. And we're going to put some onions in there. Just to soften those up. Get those going a little bit. Pull that shut. Just give those a couple of minutes. Go back over here because this will be almost ready. And then I can split them up. That's not far off. All right, we're just going to grab my black pepper. Probably we'll go for a little bit spicy. Nice.
Do it to close the lid.
Now, I'm not going to put any salt in there. Hang on, let me just give it a stir through. And then we'll give that 2 minutes and then we'll get that off. Now that needs to cool because we're going to put that straight into some pastry. Yeah. Right, so this is our Italian erbizone. I've got a way of remembering that, but we won't go with no.
I don't think it's that.
Our neighbour's called Barry, so the Baz bit in the middle is Baz, and the first bit is his wife. So it's Baz and somebody only. But, right, this one, potatoes are starting to soften, so we're going to go in with our mutton. So, little diced bits of mutton. Going to give those a little stir. Now what I want to do is just start to get colour on those, and this will be enough filling to make 2 pasties. 2 big pasties, I should say. Giant pasties.
How's your crimping coming along?
My crimping is on point, I think we're fine. I'm just going to get another... I got grief this morning because somebody else's crimping was better than mine.
It's not much that I can take any credit for being.
I don't do pies or pastry.
You're not really very...
So, right, so we soften those onions on this one.
Mark from Smoke Fine Food says he's pleased to see your Italian is improving.
Have I pronounced it right, Mark?
I think you might have done.
Oh. Who knows? We just made it up. Right, in here we've got some little bits of potato, just like we had in the other. This is for our pheasant dish. So we've got some potato, we've got some celery, we've got some chopped up carrot. So I'm going to pop all of those in there. And we'll just give those a little zhuzh around. This is going to be our filling for our pheasant pie. Now, I haven't put any pheasant in yet. Now, what you could do, if you read all the cook things, they always get the pheasant. She's crashing into stuff. Andrea, we need you back. It's carnage. What you'll see...
It's when I end up on the floor on my back that you've got to worry.
Yeah, if you see the sky, it's...
Oh my God, who put that chair there?
Anyway, right, if you watch most cooks, they will put the pheasant or the meat into the flour, which is exactly what we're going to do. They'll give it a good rummage with their hands. I will go and wash them in a minute. So... if you
the technical term is zhuzh.
Zhuzh, yeah, we zhuzh it, get some of that in there. Now they put it back in little batches in the pan to fry and get some colour on it. It's pheasant. I don't want to get it too cooked because it will just get really tough.
Where's your apron?
Oh, our apron's over there. I'll go and get it in a minute.
I'm joking.
Right, so let's give that a little zhuzh round. Softening up. Let's give this a zhuzh. Now, if you see the lamb is cooked, but we just need to soften those potatoes. So, technique for that...
Did you take the other filling off? Because it does need to cool.
Yeah, this is the other filling.
No, the erbizone I meant, sorry.
Not yet, I'm just about to do it. This, just going to put a pan on top, just to keep some of the juices in. You could do it with a piece of greaseproof, and as Helen said, we're going to get the other pie off. So there is our erbizone. Lovely colours.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put it on something metal so I don't burn anything. And then remind me
to put that in.
To put the cheese through it.
Yeah.
Right, now I'm just going to go and wash... Oh no, because I need to put the pheasant in.
Okay.
Let's do that first. So this, we're just going to stir. It's starting to soften up. Now I'm going to rush this a bit. You don't have to, but we'll get the pheasant in there. Now, what I was saying about browning it, the flour will help brown it a little bit, but we're not going to cook it separately. You could cook it separately, but I think it will dry it out more. So we're going to get that in.
And a lot of people complain about pheasant being dry, don't they?
Yeah,
so
and it certainly wasn't last night. We had a chicken tikka pheasant, not chicken tikka, because it can't be chicken.
No.
Pheasant tikka. So we did it in our normal tikka mix, and yeah, it was lush. I'm just going to wash these.
Okay.
So who have we got on?
So we have got Darren and Kerry on. We've got Mark from Smoke Fine Food.
Morning, Mark.
Got
Morning, Darren and Kerry.
Jane McKenzie, Matt
Morning, Jane.
Black, Eden Harris.
Morning, Matt. I followed
Andrew.
Matt this week, I think. No, I followed Matt on what's that thing called? I haven't put any recipes on there yet.
Peckish.
Peckish. Right, I'll put my apron on.
I don't like playing with the screen on this, so...
Okay, do you want to go over there?
Yeah, do you want to take the camera?
Yeah, go over and then I'll grab it once I've done that.
So that I don't knock
Yeah.
off everyone off live.
You're just trying to get stood next to fire, aren't you?
No,
like
no,
Andrea
no.
does.
No.
We've got all the techniques. Right.
Ross from Rome's just here.
Morning, Ross from Rome.
So we have got... Andrea is on. And Adam Eldridge. Nikki Cash. Josh Cawthorne.
Morning, Josh. Morning, Nikki. Who did I miss there?
Rodney Wilson.
Morning,
He got
Rodney.
his big green egg this week and he's doing his first roast chicken.
He said, say that again. He got...
got his first...
Rodney.
Got his,
Awesome. Welcome to the club. You are going to love your egg.
Rob Wigley, Vicky Mumford, Hampshire Barbecue.
I've just seen Simon Higgins join. Haven't seen Simon in ages.
Bernie.
Morning, Bernie.
Was on last night. Rob's Barbecue.
Wow. Rob was on last night. Lovely to see you, Rob. We ought to get you here. I keep saying that. Or we'll come to you.
Jeanette Harvey, Samantha.
Morning, Jeanette. Morning, Samantha. A question was asked this morning. Were we doing a live? All our live cooks, all the dates are published on our website. So if you go into live cook section and it tells you the schedule.
That's a bit organised of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Southend Feature.
Wow.
Andy Mayle.
Wow.
Andy Lorimer, who's cooking...
Morning, Andrew.
Sticky ribs on the pit barrel
Oh,
today. Edward Wilson.
loads. Right.
Phil.
Morning, Phil.
Oh,
Right.
Can I just blow my nose?
Yes, you may blow your nose. I'll take you around and show you what's going on. Right. While we wait for Helen to finish blowing her nose, let's stir some of these. So we've got our... Whoa, look, let's steam that up. Our pheasant going in there. Now we need our oggy to cool down as well. So I'm going to have a look at that in a sec.
All right, I'm back.
I'll hand you back the camera. I'm going to get a glove. You going that side now?
No, I can come down the side.
Oh, look at the colours on that. Some lovely caramelisation. We've got the leek. So, just as a reminder, little chunk of potato, little mutton. You could use lamb. I'm just using mutton because I had some leeks and some butter. That's it. I might put a little bit of pepper in there. Keep it a little bit spicy. I would put salt in, but I've left it indoors.
Do you want to go and get it?
Nah, we'll just wing it.
Okay.
Bit of pepper. If you had salt and you brought it out, you could.
Oh, where that pan lid is an old pan lid, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is Jamie. It's just a standard 24 centimetre pan.
Yeah, so I think it came with a set of pans that
It's
we
a
had,
Jamie Oliver
Jeanette.
one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've just used any old pan lid that we
Yeah.
had kicking around.
What does fit on the small skillet is this small plancher, the Minimax plancher, and that forms a perfect lid. I've got one somewhere. You can see it's under there, and I didn't use it. Right, this can come off. They're done.
Right.
So this can come off and cool down a little bit. Should put it in. I'll tell you what we could do. Right. Cool it down a lot quicker is to take it out of a pan and put it in something else. So I will put it into a bowl. I can put it into a couple of bowls. So I've only had veg in them. And this will cool it a little bit faster and we can get it made up for our oggy. Now, did the term oggy come from rugby and French and Welsh pasties?
I've no idea.
No, don't think. Just making it up now.
Oh, okay.
But somebody could look it up. I thought about that like middle of the night. Oggy, did it come from that? I don't know. Anyway, right, so we've got roughly 2 portions there. We'll let those cool down a little bit. What we'll do with that, just put it on there because that will pull more heat out of it. And what I'm going to do is put the parmesan into it. We'll whisk it through. I'll just get the other.
So
spin.
for those that are just joining, do you want to give a little?
Yeah.
recap?
So this is a Italian erbazoni, which is charred pancetta, spring onion, some parmesan, bit of
Morning,
black
Ash.
pepper. I don't think it's going to matter if that goes in too hot. But anyway.
No, I don't think it should be all right. I think.
We'll let it cool just a little bit. So they're cooling. Let's have a look at our pheasants. We've got to add a couple more things.
Right.
Important things.
Where's he gone now? Oh.
I need some wine in it. So, if you have a look, it hasn't, we haven't browned it yet, but it's softening up. This is just going to be a gooey pheasant filling. Bit of white wine. So a little bit of juice in there. Chicken stock pot. Get that in there. We'll get this chopped up a little bit.
Morning, Nigel.
Which Nigel's that? Cook?
Yep.
Morning, Nigel. Cook. Follow Nigel and Nicola. Their travels, photography, all sorts of fun and games. Running. Right. So I need to get Nigel. I know Nigel would love this pie.
Well, then it's got carrots in it. I don't think he likes carrots, does he?
Oh, that's a good point. Just going to get some water.
Okay.
Probably tell me he doesn't like pheasant either. Right. So let's get a little bit of water in there. Not too much. We want this to be. Don't want this to be a casserole. We want this to be a filling. So the flour that we had on the pheasant will thicken it up. So you can already see it's thickening up in there. So we'll have a nice juice to go in our pie.
I've just realised you've put celery in that.
There is a bit of celery in there. I know, I don't like celery, but, just done it.
Okay.
So, right. Should we have a look at what's going on?
Yes.
So, on this egg, I can't even remember what I put on each egg. So we've got these eggs set up. We've got the convector in there to make them indirect. We've got stainless steel, baking stone, and then we've got our pie on top. So in this one, and I'm saying that's nearly done, which it should be, is our urbanzoni. Urbazoni.
Nothing to do with urban.
Urban, yeah, urbazoni. So, flat pie, it's shrunk a bit. I think that's done. I'm saying that's done.
That looks good.
Yeah, I'm going to get my gloves. So I've cooked this at about 200, 220. So we'll take it out. Might wrestle it out of that little pot, in fact. No wrestling needs to be done if you're good. Because we lined it. Ta-da! Let's have a look at our bottom.
Oh, yes.
Perfect. So, I'm going to show you how to make this, but we took that filling, we put it with pastry, and then we put olive oil over the top.
Oh, was it good crimping down one side?
Oh.
But I can only go one way.
Well, then turn it round.
I ended up turning it round, but I can only go one way.
That's rubbish. I'll leave this on so we can put the others in a minute.
Okay.
Right, let's go and have a look at those ones.
Okay.
And then we've got to make them. So we've got all the fillings sort of done.
Yeah.
So in this one, similar temperature, 200, 220. 20 degrees either way, doesn't really matter. I always say that.
Oh, hello.
Look at those bad boys. So this is our
Welsh oggy.
Welsh oggy. And this is our English pheasant pie. And both of those look great. I'm going to give that a little bit more, but that I'm going to take off.
It is pulling away from the side. You might be all right.
Give it another 5.
Looks amazing.
Yeah,
Darren said, "Are they singing Delilah?"
we cut the. Who said
What
that?
was the I've missed that. What's the
yeah.
controversy over Delilah? Keep seeing.
That's him for somebody, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. These are looking amazing. Now, obviously.
Not bad crimping, Mr. W.
Yeah, I did all right there. This only gets cut into two, so there'll be none for Mama. But we've got shot glasses out for Mama.
Home help.
She
On strike.
she thinks she's getting lucky because we've got shot glasses out. But in fact, the shot glasses are there because this is one of those tins with the loose bottom. So if you do it on the shot glass, you push it like that, and it pushes the pie up.
You hope.
Yeah.
We hope it doesn't go.
There's no flaming Zambucas this morning, Mama. Right, let's go and check our pheasant. And then we can start making pies.
Yeah.
So look at that. You see the potatoes now starting to break down and thicken it up. The pheasant's looking good. It's all looking kind of gooey in there. Nice. We haven't put any herbs in there. So a little bit of black pepper, which I have put back over here. And what I like to put in there, so we're going with a little bit of pepper. Don't need salt because it's got the stock in there.
Oh,
A little bit of tarragon.
Yeah.
Now, don't go wild. Why are you laughing?
Don't go wild. Rah!
Because tarragon is really strong. And some people don't like it. A little bit soapy.
No, it's more aniseedy.
Aniseedy.
I love
I'm
it.
not going to put too much in.
I love it. It's
So
one of my
going in with
favourite
there.
herbs.
Herbs. We do this with chicken. We make this pie so much with chicken. Or make this and then just cook a puff pastry separately and put it next to it and call it a pie. And I think while I was-
Deconstructed pie.
yeah, and I think while I was skiing, you actually prepared a no pastry pie because I'd made the filling for the pie and she didn't do the pastry, so that was a no pastry pie. She just used the filling. Anyway, we're losing it today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to say that is cooked enough because it's going to go back in the pie and cook some more.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it out.
Right.
That can go off. Let me just shut this down. Simple as. Loving the new
Okay.
Big for Space, by the way. I'm going to make a video and show you around. But what I've been doing on this, I've got 2 bags of charcoal in here that I put in a month ago. And they're as dry as a bone. This thing is watertight, so you can store your charcoal in it. Love it. Whereas the previous version was pretty good, pretty watertight, but not as good as this. It's sealed around, so yeah. Anyway, right, let's make some oggy.
Do you want to wash your hands before you touch the pastry?
You've got the washing hands police on.
No.
We had that guy on YouTube who went through every one of our YouTube videos, pulling me up for not washing my hands.
No, it's only because I've done an introduction to microbiology course at work.
The best bit was the video he pulled me up on, the worst. I'd just washed my hands and he just...
Anyway,
just doing
never
it.
mind. Customer's always right.
Yeah, right. So the pastries. This one is our oggy pastry. Super simple.
Yep.
Let me remind myself which is which.
That's
This
got
is
the-
the one with the lard.
Yes.
So this was, and I'm just going to get a little bit of flour on my board. I've gone for my flat board today because I know how much fun it is rolling pastry out on a board that's concave. So this is 300 grams of flour, 25 grams of lard, 25 grams of butter, zhuzhed up, and then just a few, I think 3 tablespoons of water, and it makes a dough, and you don't have to put it in the fridge, and it's easy.
No, that one you do. It's the Italian
I
one you
don't
do.
have it.
Oh, it was. It was in the fridge. I made it yesterday.
Been out on the side. Oh, I made it yesterday, yeah.
Morning, Dom. So,
Right.
d-
Cornish Carnival.
yeah.
Morning, Dom. So we are going to roll this out. This has got to be around. Oh God, I thought for a minute I'd left it inside. 22 centimeters, 8 inches. That looks fine to me. Okay, that should be round. It's perfectly round, that
Yeah,
one.
lovely.
Yeah. And then a bit of egg wash just around the edge. What are you laughing
I
at?
wouldn't say that's the edge.
That is the edge.
You've got like halfway into the pie.
They're fine. I'm going to get half a portion of one of these. They are nearly cool. If it all melts and goes wrong. So we've got our oggy filling, which is lamb, potato, leek. We're then going to take this over the top to make our huge, not Cornish pasty. And now watch the video on how to do this. You're supposed to put your thumb in and fold it over your thumb. I'm doing it backwards for you, aren't I? But it doesn't work for me. I'm not very good at it.
It's all right. You're doing all right.
It doesn't look like, you know, when you go to Cornwall. Or Wales, in this case. And then they tuck
patient.
Tuck the end bit under. So that is our oggy.
Right.
And then we're going to egg wash the top. Should have done, hang on, let me put it on a bit of parchment, which I...
Do you want me to go and grab some?
No, I'll steal the bit from here, that's fine. I'm going to put it on a thing because I need to transfer it. I know what will happen, I'll egg wash it and then I won't be able to pick it up. So we'll pop it on a bit of parchment. We'll finish egg washing it. Then we better get our pheasant pie out, didn't we? And this will take about 40 minutes. So that one we've taken out, about 40 minutes to cook. Lush. So this one can now go back in.
And come this side.
So, cut. I'll put that in. I'll take that pie out.
That does look lovely. I just hope it comes out the pot all right.
It should come out the pot all right.
We did grease it, didn't we?
Yeah. So I'll pop it on there just to cool a little bit. But that is our oggy. Simple as.
Right, Mum, you're on timer. What time are we? 12, so about 1:45.
Cool. We just have to watch them. Right, so let me just wipe this down a tiny bit.
Where are we going now? What are we doing next?
So next, I'm going to do our urban zonies.
Urban
zoning. Sorry.
You've got urban in your head now.
Yeah, I was all right when I thought about and Baz. All right, a little bit more. Oh no, I don't need that. We've done the rolling out. So we have cheated a little. So rather than make one big one, we're going to make two little ones. So we've already put pastry in. Now this is a different pastry.
Yes.
What was in it? You made it.
Yes, it's flour.
Yeah.
Bit of salt.
Yeah.
Olive oil. Olive
3
oil.
or 4 tablespoons of olive oil.
Yeah, and then a cup of water. Comes together super easy. It's really pliable dough as well, and that doesn't go in the fridge at all.
Right. So let's get. And it has cooled down.
Okay, perfect. Did you put the cheese in that one? You did,
The
yeah.
cheese is in this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, I forgot the cheese in the other one. And I forgot to melt cheese on top of it as well.
Oh, well.
Anyway, we'll just have it with a side of cheese. That wasn't a cider cheese, that was a side of cheese, but I'll have some cider water on it. Right. Now these are smaller, so don't overfill them. They're supposed to be a flat pie. So I'm going to push that down, because what I want to do is put the lid on and then seal it. So these are just 2 little pots we had lying around. Tell you what would have worked really well. And we could have done it. The
little pans.
The new little Bellini pans.
Yeah.
Big Green Eggs Bellini pans.
Oh, I forgot about those.
They'd have worked a treat. We've got those upstairs. I've got some in stock and I've got some that we use. Right,
two in the
put that
kitchen.
on. Yeah. They'd have worked perfectly. Right. So those are our 2 little things.
Oh, you need 2 lids.
Okay, need some water first to make them stick. So I'm just going to put a bit of water around the edges, like you see all those pastry chefs doing. Sue would be good at these. Is Sue on?
I haven't seen her this morning. Well, she might have done, but...
Yeah. Spoke to her early this morning, while I was still in bed, me and Sue.
I'm sure she'll be delighted to know that.
No, that's the lid for... Yeah, that is the right lid.
Yeah.
So, we've just got a couple of lids that Helena has made the perfect size, so we'll push them down. and then just squidge the edges to crimp them.
It's supposed to make a nice, like, you know, do your crimp like you did the other one.
No, I think I'm just going to leave it like that. It looks great. Same with this one. Push the middle down, get the air out. Oh no, you're going to make me...
No, you just got to prick these
prick
ones.
them. I know. Right, they're looking good. Prick them to let some air out. I need my olive oil, which is...
To your left, right there.
Is that my extra virgin? It is. Don't often use extra virgin. Bit of oil on the top. Where's my other basting brush? Rubbish.
I don't think it'll hurt to use a bit of egg.
Bit of egg wash basting brush. Get it up to the edges. You could spend a load of time crimping and making them look pretty.
As I did the first one.
I did it during the week.
No, it was lovely.
And then we'll put these two on. They can go on.
Which one
with
you put?
this one.
Okay.
So we can put those on. So we've got our Urbazoni, not Urbanzoni,
Yeah.
Urbazoni and our Oggy on that
Yeah.
one.
So this is just the oggy that we did earlier, and then we're going to finish off and show you how to put together the pheasant pie.
Yeah. So, and again, here's one I made earlier. I am rubbish with pastry. This is the one I made.
I did the...
Anyway,
It looks all right.
It's all right. I've done that.
Just not very gentle. No, I did the professional one for the cook.
Okay.
See what that came out like. I think it'll be fine.
I hope it falls apart. Anyway, right, we've got this in. Have I left anything out? No.
Oh yes, you were supposed to.
I was going to put horseradish in, a little bit of horseradish. We're not going to go wild. I had a proper normal. What do you
Fresh.
call it? Fresh root. Well, not fresh because I froze it and freezing it killed it, and it came out all floppy. So yeah, we're going to use horseradish sauce.
That's good. Man.
Give it a good zhuzh. Give it a good zing. So if you made it with beef, you could put beef and horseradish. That'd be good. But I do like a bit of horseradish with these things. Now, obviously, it's better when it's not hot to put it in, but we're going to go for it. Good chunks of pheasant. Get it all in there. Now, there might be a little bit too much, but if you make a bigger pie, we thought we'd do these individual ones. Get it nice and full. That'll probably do it. Lovely. Not much left in there. Not worried about that too much. Again, we need to wet the top lip. We're going to put a top on it and crimp it on. This is dried out a little bit, being in the fridge. Ideally, you just put it straight in there, but that's not how live cooking works, I guess.
Big green egg I've just joined.
Morning, big green egg. How are we? So, squeeze it onto the edges. You want to make sure there's a seal in there. Let's get rid of that. I'll grab my knife, and then I'm just going to cut down around this.
And I've got to give her a shout out because I think it's such a cool name. Rosie Rocket Pants has just joined.
Oh, morning, Rosie Rocket Pants. We'd love to know who Rosie Rocket Pants is, but love the name. I'm going to put a little crisscross in the top to let some steam out. Need to egg wash it. Ooh, it's a bit heavy on the egg wash, but never mind. Right, and then we'll get that bad boy. That'll probably go in there as well. Yeah, put all three in. We'll shuffle those over. And so we have got our Cornish, it's not Cornish at all, our Welsh oggy, our Italian bazzoni, that took some thinking, and our English, or British, English today, isn't it? Six Nations, English pheasant and horseradish pie. So let's have a look, see what we've got, see if we can serve some of these. So let's take this. Oh, I'll take that one over. I'm going to grab this. It's as hot as. I'm going to take one of each. We'll do the reveal in a second. We'll try it with that one. I don't know if it'll fit. I should have done the practice on that, shouldn't I? Let me just have a look at the bottom. No, that's not going to fit. So we'll do it on the shot glass, which is... This will be... Why am I doing that? How hot is it? Well, no, I could. Oh, look at that. Now, can we get this? Might have to cut it off the bottom.
Didn't think about that. Use your sharp knife.
I'm just trying to get under it. I'll use my sharp knife.
Sorry, it's not very interesting. Oh,
sorry, peeps.
Wobble on the camera there.
Oh, look at that. And our Italian. So, here we go. Which shall I cut first? Which do people want me to cut first? Other than my hands, fingers, wrists.
Okay, we'll give them a minute, see if we get any responses.
I'm sure Mark from Smoke Fine Foods is going to go for that one. The Urbazoni.
I think once you cut the pheasant pie, it's just going to ooze everywhere.
I'm going to go for the Oggy.
Oh, you're going for the Oggy.
So, Oggy.
Andrea said hers.
We'll send something over, somehow. One lovely Oggy pie, still steaming. I'm going to
Look
cut
at the nice
this.
thin pastry on that one.
Now this should be relatively thin. Let's cut it into thirds.
Maybe I've gone a bit thin on the pastry there, but I don't know.
Oh, look at that. They look beautiful. So are we ready? The show stopper, hopefully.
Sorry, I'm on
Slice the whole thing, just cut it in half.
I don't know.
Let me just stack these up so they're out of the way a little bit. Oh, look at those. Those look lush. I'm just going to cut it in half.
Go on then.
Oh, that's it. I'm leaving it.
Come on.
Oh, gooey pie. Exactly how it should be. Look at that. So
someone's just asked where we got those loose bottom tins from. I cannot remember. Do you know what? We had them in the...
Laitlander, probably.
Yeah, Lakeland, somewhere like that.
So, on my right, your left, we have our Urbazoni, an Italian charred pancetta pie. Should be thin. Looks lovely. Crispy. We've got our English pheasant with horseradish. That one hasn't got horseradish in because I forgot to put it in. But horseradish, potatoes, some celery, but a good gooey proper pie. And then we've got our Welsh Oggy. So it's getting heavy. I'm putting it down. Potato. We've got some mutton in there. Some leeks. Yeah. Oh, look at those.
Pleased with them?
Well chuffed.
Good.
Well chuffed. And we've got some more on.
I know.
So what we will do is take some photos, get the recipes up. Don't know how I'm going to write that one up because I change it every time I do it, but we'll make it up.
We'll give someone a baseline.
Yeah. But have a go at doing some pies. Now,
so we made the pastry for the Italian one, and we made the pastry for the Oggy, but actually we just cheated on the other one.
it's just pre-rolled puff. Not puff,
short
crust.
crust. Yeah. So you don't the Italian one's so easy, and that other one was really easy, wasn't it? So.
Super thin, super easy. Yeah, you're going to love them. So 3 pies. We will do the other 3 pies. So we will do the French, which I've got some good ideas for. The Scottish, which might have some haggis in it, maybe. I don't know.
And then we found an Irish
and
pie.
An Irish pie. We've got a lovely looking Irish pie.
Yeah.
We're going to try it, but we're not going to do them next week because we've got a special guest here next week, Cheese. And I can't even think of his real name at the moment, which is terrible. I just know him as Cheese.
I know, so it's not like Douglas or...
No, it's like Gordon or something like that.
That's really bad.
If you're on Cheese, tell us. But Cheese will be here. He's one of my brother's friends. So we're probably going to go meaty next week. So we have got a picanha that I picked up this week and froze. So we might do some of that. I know somebody this week asked us, how do you cook a picanha on the spit? So we may do that. I know we've already done it. But hey, we're 100 and something cooks in now, so I guess we can repeat the odd recipe. Dom last night hadn't got a clue what an ABT was. So I know we've already cooked ABTs, so we may do ABTs, we may not.
Ooh.
What's that?
Stuart's just said, risk it for a brisket.
Yeah.
Don't forget the dash of disappointment in the Scottish pie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rob, I hope you're not still on. Harsh.
So yeah, we'll see. So next week will probably be quite meaty because we've got Cheese here. We're going to do some cooks. We'll do some on the live cook. We'll probably be cooking all day, and
Yeah.
I think he's bringing some beers as well.
Oh,
so there might be some
cool.
beers going on. So in a few weeks' time, the weekend after that, there is no rugby, so we're not going to do the pies that weekend, but we have got a live cook. Then we're away for a weekend because it's Helena's birthday, and then I think when we come back will be Six Nations, so we'll do the other 3 pies then. As ever, if you've got anything you need to buy from Big Green Egg, give us a shout. You're supporting a small independent business as opposed to a massive, business. I know I worked for them, but it'd be nice if, they still earn money when you buy through me, so that's fine. But you're supporting us as well. The Big for Space units, the extra large is due March. I'm putting one of those in this week. We've got 5 of those still in stock, and when I get down to 2 or 3, I'll buy some more. So Big for Space, loving those at the moment. We've got covers and free installation.
Anyone's got any suggestions for recipes or cooks, then let us know.
Let us know. And hopefully you're still enjoying these. We're still enjoying doing them. So we're going to carry on. Perfect. Right. Have a great weekend, guys. Watch the rugby. Don't drink too much. Do a bit of exercise. Get out for a walk before it all kicks off. It's not long, but anyway. And we will see you next week for the cook with cheese. That might not involve any cheese. That means, it'll just cheese the person. And I can't think of his name. That's rubbish. Anyway, have a great week, guys. See you soon.